Something I'll mention here, so Cordyceps sinensis CS4, there's a lot of Cordyceps out there in the marketplace, over 200. We have CS4, and it's the one that's the most similar to the wild type, okay? So the original Cordyceps sinensis that grows on these high mountain lands in a certain part of the world, but yes, who said that? Good, you should be doing my part here. I'm glad you knew that. So, but this had really nice gene expression effects in the muscle. So this is important because when it comes to mitochondrial function, it's all about energy, and the muscle is important for that, but so are other tissues. So like pomegranate had really nice gene expression changes in the brain and the heart. So collectively, it has some really nice, comprehensive, more systemic body benefits in terms of gene expression for energy than just one ingredient on its own. The Panax ginseng is a really nice combination of the root and the root hairs, so these bottom portions here, for energy, some nice studies on it. And our ginseng is very unique. So typical Asian ginseng is very stimulating to the body, especially for some people who are more sensitive. Ours is actually a very mild extract process. So it concentrates the RB1. It's a ginsenoside that has some nice energy without the stimulating effect of some of the other actives, okay? So the night product has these nice ingredients. The point I want to make here is the red orange, we get it from the peel. This is from the seed, and this is from the seed as well. A lot of the nutrients in plants actually come from the seed or from the peel. And so even though the good tasting part and what most people get is the fruit or the plant, we source and extract the stuff that has the highest concentration of these nutrients and these actives, okay? These ingredients were all screened for their benefits on gene expression related to detox. In the end, we put them in our product and we test it, and you can see that with ageLOC R squared, it's able to reflect more similar youthful gene expression patterns related to cell energy and cell purification. We do clinical studies too. We don't just rely on our gene expression work, even though it's incredible, innovative science. We want to do clinicals to make sure that people actually feel a difference, right? That they see a difference in our products. This is a study where they were given ageLOC for 6 weeks, and they saw a difference in the RER, okay? This is a measure of your fat to carbohydrate usage in the body, and this is really nice because if you're able to be in this fat burning zone, you're actually storing muscle glycogen. So if you're running a marathon, you don't want to run out of muscle glycogen because that's when you pretty much hit the wall and you're done, right? So this really does support this benefit of stamina and vitality in a clinical study. Okay, switching gears fast. Let's talk Yspan a little bit. This just shows that we're getting older. Yeah. Everybody got that? Yeah. Okay, good. So with that concept, Yspan is all about living better, longer, okay? It's not about living forever. I don't want to live until I'm 200 years old, okay? I don't want to live, crippled and weak and frail. In fact, one of the #1 concerns with aging is not being able to do the things you love, right? So if you love to play sports and be active or play with your kids and grandkids or travel the world, if you don't have health, you probably can't do all those things. And that's a fear of aging. And so the whole point of Yspan is to support this concept of living better for the years that you live. Good health, good wellness, good anti-aging, okay? So this is the concept of Yspan, is that with typical aging right here, about 30s and 40s, we start to lose energy and lose health until we eventually die, right? And then Yspan, extending that, is all about just better health and wellness and energy during these years, okay? That's what this concept's all about. So with that, we created Yspan. Anyone tried Yspan before?
Yes.
I have. That's why I look so young. It's an amazing product. So we did gene expression research. The point I want to make here, so this is the typical aging. So this is what you see with just normal aging without any anti-aging intervention. This is thousands of genes as well, okay? And then we have healthy aging. This is going to be very different from typical aging. This is our healthy, nutritional, anti-aging model that we can use as a model to be able to support what does healthy aging look like. And then with Yspan, you can see that it's actually very similar to healthy aging. So this is actually data in the brain. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of genes in the brain that shifted in a positive way with Yspan. We have similar data in 5 tissues throughout the body. So it's not just brain tissue that's shifting in gene expression, right? It's very comprehensive. It's the most comprehensive data that we've ever looked at. So incredible results here. Ingredient blend, you just can't get from a healthy diet. I think, have you seen this before? A lot of it has to do with preferences and geography and getting the right dose. It just makes it difficult, if not impossible, to get what we have in Yspan. We do a lot of clinical studies. I'll go quickly through some of these. The scanner score, this is pretty obvious. The scanner, incredible, innovative tool. The one thing I'll mention about the scanner is that it's a motivational tool. You ever notice that people don't listen to you? I noticed that. With the scanner, it motivates people, right? Behavior is emotional. And so when they see this change in scanner, they know that they can see this measurable difference in terms of their antioxidant and anti-aging protection that they're getting with this product. But that's only one aspect of this product. ADM, aging defense mechanisms. So these are mechanisms like inflammatory balance, antioxidant support, DNA protection and repair, tissue renewal, and these support all the systemic benefits of Yspan. But this is a study where we applied a low dose of light. So this is the amount to cause a sunburn. So this is like 1 sunburn. This is twice that dose. And this is 3 times that dose. Okay? And what you can see is before Yspan, you can see a lot of redness here, and that redness starts to spread, right, with the higher dose. With this subject, it's really hard to see any redness. There's a nice protective benefit of the Yspan. And over here, you can actually see that it helps to control some of that spread of potentially inflammation right here. So nice inflammatory balance benefits there. This is looking at the number of damaged cells. So 11.6 and 5.7, this is the average in the study, where you can see that there's a nice protective ability of Yspan on the skin. And this is just showing that ADMs work, right? This isn't to show you that you should take this and not use your sunscreen, right? Use your sunscreen when you go outside. Use your cosmetic products. They're good, they're beneficial. This is just an illustration of how these ADMs work in the body to support all of these wonderful benefits. So really quick, this is why I look so good and young. We did a clinical study to prove it, but based on the dermatology assessment and also based on the self-assessment, you can see significant improvements in these areas of skin health and skin beauty. Pretty neat, huh? And skin elasticity, they actually have an instrument that measures how elastic the skin is, and you can see that there was a significant improvement in how elastic the skin was as well after taking Yspan in this clinical study. So beauty from inside out, it's a real thing, right? Good nutrients support healthy skin on the outside. Really quick, the brain study. Have you guys seen this one before? Yeah, it's a great study. It's been finished. We're in the process of publishing this to be able to share some more detail and insights. But we saw nice benefits in terms of attention, memory, and error detection. In terms of the fMRI, it takes a picture of the brain and looks at the activity over time. It's actually a 90-minute scan. Can you imagine just laying there, 90 minutes? Yeah. Well, they look at the activity over 90 minutes and how it shifts before and after youth. And there's some secondary analysis that I won't go into that we looked at and saw some nice improvements there too. One thing I want to mention here, in terms of brain health, in this one region involved in decision making and focus, you can actually see some nice changes or positive changes in the activity of the brain. One thing I'll mention is it's not always about increased activity when it comes to focus and making decisions. Does that make sense? Like if you have a million things that you're doing all at the same time, can you really focus and make a good decision?
No.
Right? So think of this as your brain working less hard and uncoupling all of the clutter that's in the brain to be able to focus and make better decisions. I love this data. It's amazing. So the ultimate duo, we have Yspan and R2. Great combination. Can you take them together?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're complementary. They have supportive benefits. R2 is for energy and purification. Yspan is healthy aging, systemic benefits. Oh my goodness, there's no way I'm going to talk about all these benefits. Just know it happens. Everyone's result is a little bit different, but nutrients, they really work in the body where it needs it the most. There's a theory of nutrition about that, and I've seen that because I talk to people. Some of them are like, well, my brain is better, my memory's better, my mood is better, I can remember things better. For other people, they're like, hey, my joint health is better. Just some of the back soreness or pain or joint pain they had is a lot better. Some people are like, well, my heart is better, I can notice better circulation. I've actually noticed that. My hands and feet tend to get really cold, but when I'm on Yspan, they're not quite as cold. So I've noticed that improvement. But in any case, so many benefits. Oh my goodness. I have so much stuff. I'm so sorry that I went on all these tangents earlier. We have a few more minutes to finish up. Is everyone still with me?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it quick. So how do they work together? Because people ask me this all the time. They're like, well, R squared and Yspan, they provide brain health benefits. Why should I take both? Well, the answer is that they're different ingredients that provide complementary but yet different brain health benefits, right? When we talk about brain health, there are so many aspects of brain health that you can actually support it in different ways. So with Yspan, it's about these ADMs that support youthful cognition. So this is about activity, connections, memory, that aspect of brain health, right? But in terms of R squared, right, your brain actually uses up a lot more energy than most other tissues in the body, right? The brain needs to be active to be able to make decisions, and so it needs energy from the mitochondria to be able to support that mental acuity. This is more about like mental clarity. So just clarity in thinking, you need good energy to be clear in your mind, okay? So brain health in different ways, physical performance in different ways as well. So this is about ADMs, like inflammatory balance that supports physical performance. Has anyone ever gone to the gym after Yspan and you just feel good? You're like, I can work out for a long time, and you just get home and you feel great, right? Your muscles aren't sore to the point that you can't go work out again for another week, right? So this is supporting physical performance in that regard. And the R squared, once again, is more about vitality and stamina. So both of them are good for staying active, but in different ways. And then this is a new one here. So purification, like our I4 Pure technology, right, with our ecosphere. I love the water purifier too. So through aging defense mechanisms, one of them is actually detox that provides some nice cellular health, some nice protective benefits against toxins in the body. Whereas R squared was designed to be a specific booster for this, and think of it like sweeping up and removing some of the waste and the toxins that are inside the cells, right? So you want to protect against the toxins, but you also want to get rid of them. And so there are some nice complementary detox benefits with different ingredients in these products. They're in the PDR. Have you seen that?